You do not even know how happy I am with this light setup right now. I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? This is what my videos used to look like, okay? I feel like glasses on are like, look at me, I'm sophisticated with this new lighting. Whew. So, I should make a video about what I wish I knew before starting college. So, I have some experience, like, okay. So, the first thing that I wish I knew before college is that, like, homesickness can literally happen everywhere. Like, as I always say in my videos, I live so close to Yale, so I was like, I'm not gonna get homesick. Like, I'm in Connecticut. How can I miss home? This is home. Basically, kind of thing. And yeah, so that's what I thought. But no. I still was like homesick. And I feel like if you're like thinking like that too, like, I didn't necessarily like want to be like, I want to go back to my little small town. No, it was more like, oh, I want to be able to shower without flip-flops and like not sharing the bathroom with people, or like I want to be able to like go jog at the beach, or like things that are like home for me that aren't at college. And I like knew that I was going to be missing those things, but then like it doesn't like hit you until you're actually there. At least that's what I felt like for me. So yeah, so that's just my little spiel on homesickness. I feel like that's a pretty basic thing that people cover all the time about college. So moving on to the next one is hookup culture. And okay, like I knew like this was a thing. And yes, I am a Christian, but that's not the only reason why I'm like not like into hookup culture. It just becomes like all people are talking about, all people care about. It's toxic, like, to your idea of relationships, I feel like, because it's a constant comparison, and like not only of like yourself. It's hard to kind of like even view people as like they're supposed to be viewed. Like I don't know, I can't get over that. Sometimes like it's real, like people use like hookup culture as like a way of like just coping with like something that they're going through, like it's a coping mechanism, but like that's unhealthy too for like your relationship with yourself, because then you're not like solving that problem, you know?
There's so much wrong with hookup culture, and I can't go into it all right now, but there's a lot of videos on it, so if you want to watch it, check it out.
It's kind of toxic. Okay, to continue, another thing that I wish I knew before starting college was that you're not going to find friends right away. Like, you find your people, but then it's like, usually, and this is what I found for most people, and especially for myself, like, your first friends aren't going to be your long-term friends. Like, I found that, like, most people would have, like, their friends that they make like first semester, and like they have like those first classes with, they have those first like club meetings with and everything, but then like you realize like, oh, we were just friends like out of like convenience, really. The friends you're left with your second semester are like most likely the ones who are like, oh, like you were planning a room with them next year and like all of that stuff. So I feel like second semester friends, like those, it's very rare, I feel like, to be friends with like besties, you know? Like besties. I definitely feel like the relationships I made second semester that I like really see lasting, yeah, my first semester relationships just didn't last. And I mean, of course, there's some fluke situations, like, I don't know, it just doesn't happen. Like, it just doesn't happen. So I feel like you have to be comfortable with, I think basically what I'm trying to say is you have to be comfortable with changing friends. Like, you have to be comfortable with, like, not getting attached to people. Okay. On to the next one. Okay. So, the fourth thing that I was really thinking about, and there's only 7 things, and I'm, like, kind of annoyed that I couldn't come up with 10, but there's 7, so that's gonna have to do. So, the fourth thing that I was thinking of that, like, what I wish I knew before starting college was that, like, it's time management, but, like, really time management. Like, in high school, I was the queen of, like, managing my time. When I got to college, it's weird. Just weird, because you don't think it's like you almost have to schedule in your fun activities too, which I was kind of doing in high school, but, like, way less of, because in college, like, it's like you're gonna get bombarded with, like, all of these clubs, all of these things when you go to college, and, like, people pick so many and, like, burn out the first, like, few months, or, like, the first semester, and it's like, you don't want to, like, burn out your first semester. Like, you want to ease into school, and I feel like that's something that was, like, hard with the time management, because in high school I would do, like, all of these clubs and all of these things, and so I was like, oh, like, you know, I could handle it, like, I'll be fine, you don't need to worry about me, mother. But then really I'm, like, staying up, it's like 3 a.m. I didn't finish, like, this problem set that is due tomorrow morning at 9, and I'm like, whoa, how am I gonna sleep? And it's just like, how did I get like this? How did this happen? And it's like, honestly, I didn't even go out that much, so it was weird too. I procrastinate. Everybody procrastinates to an extent, but I definitely do procrastinate a little bit. So when you have, like, 8 hours of work to do and classes to go to, like, you need to know, like, exactly how you're studying, like, exactly what you're gonna study. I don't know if it's everyone, but, like, for me, like, I have to, like, be like, I am studying this, so I am doing Spanish, you know, grammar activities for 30 minutes, and then I'm outlining my philosophy paper for an hour, and then I am writing my philosophy paper for an hour, something like that. And it's just, like, your flow, like, how you want to do it, all of that. And so, like, you have to know yourself, you have to know you're, like, studying things to manage your time. That was a lot of time management, but I still have, like, a lot to learn with managing time. The next one, that something, like, when you get to college, no matter how good you were in high school, okay, obviously, like, when you get to college, comparison is a big problem, but, like, a sub thing of that is, like, you're not all that. Like, you're not all that. But it's, like, weird. It's, like, a weird dichotomy, because you're, like, okay, like, maybe you were, like, the best in your high school, valedictorian, like, you're president of all the clubs, like, all that stuff, you get into an Ivy League, and then, like, there's, like, 20 other people who did, like, the exact same thing as you and have the exact same story, and you're like, wow, like, the only difference is, like, some people, like, put all of their value in that, and it's like, now, like, who even am I, like, if I'm not these things? So I feel like that's a problem for some people, but then another problem is, like, and a problem that, like, I had was, like, I knew that there was going to be these amazing people, right? I knew that college, like, I obviously wasn't going to be the best, like, I feel like when I go to college, like, obviously I'm not going to be, like, the top dog anymore, you know, that kind of vibe. Like, people, like, put on a front, like they're just doing things so easily, and maybe, like, some people are, but it's like, wow, how come I'm trying so hard to get a B+ in this class, and, like, they're always going out every night to party, but they're getting A's. I didn't have that in high school, so I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, No, like, there are people who are, like, almost failing classes. There are people who are, like, getting, like, C's or worse. Like, there are people like that, even in the Ivy League. I was just, like, I really didn't understand. I was like, how are these people, like, just, like, so chill with, like, doing all this stuff and then not studying? Like, I need to be studying constantly. And I feel like that's something you just have to be fine with. Like, some people have to try harder. And it's like, do you want to try hard? Like, do you want to do well? Do you want to see the benefits of trying hard? Like, all means. But, like, not everyone's getting A's. So, like, and, like, especially, like, if you're going to an Ivy League, like, not everyone is getting A's, even though everyone seems like they are, and everyone makes jokes about it.
Yeah, if you get a B, like, you should might as well just drop out now.
What did you just say to me? What? I'm going to drop out with a B? I don't think so. Anyways. Yeah, so there's comparison, and there's, like, the comparison trap. And I guess that's, like, all of life. Forge your own path. Like, do your own thing. They're gonna think that's cooler. They're gonna think that's better than you just, like, doing what you think you should do, because everyone's gonna do what they think they should do. Be different. Like, be, like, unique, you know? So you're probably gonna change your major, and, like, going to college, like, everyone makes a big deal, like, you need to know, like, what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your life. But, like, I have that route, like, I've always wanted to do political science, but, like, I always changed my I've changed my double major, like, idea, like, 4 times, maybe. And, like, the average time people change their major and, like, their major in college is, like, 3 times. Keep in mind, like, be flexible and, like, know that you're going to change your major. Like, don't be stubborn coming into college. Like, just be open-minded, kind of. Type of thing, like, be like, okay, like, if change happens, then it happens. Like, I had to, you know, like, that brings me to the next point. This is the biggest point that just encompasses everything. Your first year is not going to be what you expect. I, like, doubt that. I, like, completely doubt. Like, if people are saying their first year of college was exactly how they imagined it, they're lying to you. They're literally lying. And so, like, everything is not going to be all together. Like, you're not going to have, like, the clubs you're going to do for the rest of your years. Unless you commit and you, like, I feel like that would be miserable. You're just like, okay, like, this is what I'm going to do. And if I don't like it, like, too bad, I'm going to have to suck it up because I'm committing to it. Like, you know? That's not how it should be, I don't think. So I feel like I was thinking that, like, I was going to do this one academic club, but then I found this other academic club, and it was, like, it was so much more, like, involved how I want it to be, and, like, I always thought, like, I was going to love, like, debate, and, like, because I did in high school, but it was never, like, official, like, debate team and stuff like that. So I thought in college, like, oh, like, I could do, like, an official, like, debate, like, speech and debate club, or I could do, like, an official, like, mock trial club, or all this stuff. But then, like, looking into it more, I was like, no, like, I want more, like, creativity and freedom and, like, what I'm doing, instead of, like, just, like, this blanket thing that, like, experience that people have. When you go to college, it's just like, here you go, you're thrown in. Go, like, make us proud. Once you're, like, thrown in, you're exposed to, like, all of that. Like, all of those things that, like, you weren't focusing on. Maybe, like you always thought you were gonna be, like, a STEM person, but then you go and you, like, find this amazing, like, anthropology class, and you're like, this is for me. Basically, expect change, and I definitely did not expect as much change as I had my past year at school. Corona. I don't know. That's what I wish I knew. Like, I wish somebody was like, this is all the stuff that you need to know. Put it in a video and, like, set it to this camera at 11 o'clock at night, and it's just like, and it got really good lighting and then just like told me everything. Okay guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like it so it will pop up on other people's channels and everyone can share the knowledge. Please subscribe so I can see you and hear you and know that you're enjoying these videos. Maybe even meet you on campus one day.